What's up, noobs? As you know, I'm obsessed with vibes and lighting, so if I'm going to have a nice romantic kissing scene, I'm going to need it to look good. And photo mode is coming soon, so I've gone through the awful trouble of compiling the best places to go and kiss your favorite companion in Baldur's Gate 3. You're welcome. And here's just a little reminder of what we don't want, okay? See this? Nobody wants to kiss in this shit. So let's start with number 10, the Hag's Lair. Okay, I know, it's a bit creepy, but if you ignore the petrified guy and the floating eye in the back, the lighting here is pretty cool. I love the contrast between the orange and green, but because the green lights aren't close enough to the hag's delicious glowy stew, you don't get the green light directly on their faces. Instead, you get the neutral light from above, giving it actually a third layer of atmosphere with the warmth on their faces, and the green in the background. So I think it's kinda nice anyway. It's mysterious, and some might even say cozy. Number 9, Last Light In. It's not super interesting or particularly special, but it's got that classic orange and teal look with the warm glow and blue highlights. The torches in the background add some dramatic lighting contrast, but also gives it that romantic touch. Overall, here you can get a classic cinematic romantic scene. Number 8, the Grimforge Camp. When you're camping while you're at the Grimforge, you get this location, and Asterion is of course camping right in the best lighting, but you could drag the other characters over there too. I just love the harsh light streaks through the trees and the hard shadows on their faces. It just feels very dramatic, but still clean and editorial. Like, let's have a photo shoot, make it black and white, and put it on the cover of Vogue. Number 7, Rosimorn Monastery. This is one of the most gorgeous places in Baldur's Gate 3, and standing exactly in the light streaks through the stained glass windows can give you gorgeous lighting on the characters, but it also depends a little bit on how your characters are placed. Make sure that the one you want the best lighting on is standing in the correct place. For instance, I think Astarion looks really good with the pink rim light in his hair, so I have him standing with his back against the window and sacrificed my Tav to stand in the a little too bright light. But it's a sacrifice worth having. I think Astarion particularly looks good in this lighting, and especially without his, armor. His white skin and silvery hair with the pink light just looks so clean and soft and gives me ethereal princess vibes. Number 6, House of Hope. What's a hotter place to kiss than the actual Hells? The best lighting you actually get right at the entrance while you're standing on top of the flowing ritual markings. The lighting is super warm and romantic, and you're in a decadent room surrounded by warm particles. In the dining room, the light streaks are mostly too harsh for it to look nice, but if you're placed correctly, you can get some moody and dappled lighting here as well. Overall, if you're looking for warm, soft lighting with expensive decorations, this is the place. Number 5, Shadow Curse. It's a little gloomy, but gloomy is definitely a vibe, and there are a few areas here that are worth testing out in the Shadow Curse. For instance, by now you might have guessed that I love 2 different colored light sources, so one place I like to have kiss scenes in is where you fought the shadow monsters with the Harpers. If you turn on the brazier, you can get the warm glow from the fire contrasted with the green glow from the Shadow Curse. But also, just as you enter the darkest Shadow Curse near the Toll House, you can get some really cool green haziness from our Sharon Curse lands. Number 4, the Mind Flayer Colony. Again, maybe not the most romantic place to kiss, but maybe the most exciting, if you're into that sort of thing. Anyway, I really love the light here, and if you stand between the Mind Flayer release thingy and the blue glow, you get this gorgeous red pinkish glow contrasted with the cold hues of blue. That is just chef's kiss. Or on the way down to Ketherick, you pass this big red glowing blob that is also really nice. And maybe it feels a bit extra exclusive to kiss here, because you can't fast travel to or from here, so you just gotta take the advantage while you can. Or just save scum as usual. Number 3, the Underdark Beach. I didn't know that I loved pink lighting so much, but they just do it so well in this game. The pink-purple paired with the warmth from the fire is actually super romantic and so soft and beautiful. This place usually goes a bit under the radar, but this is definitely one of my favorites. Just remember to stand between the fire and the purple glowing crystals to get both light sources. Number 2, the Sussa Tree. Okay, so this one has a lot of variation. First of all, the backgrounds you can get in this area are gorgeous. The glowing leaves floating down behind them and in the foreground are so pretty, and paired with the glowy blue lighting, it's super ethereal, mysterious, and romantic. And you guessed it, I found a fire here as well. The electric blue intensity paired with the warmth from the fire is actually quite intense and dramatic, which I really like. And the tree is huge, so you can experiment with standing in a lot of different places to get the background and lighting you want. And finally, number 1. You guessed it, the Grimforge. I mean, it's the hottest place in Faerun, so of course it is the best place for kissing. The glow, the sweat, the dramatic lava splatting, and the embers in the air, the hot steam from the lava. Did I mention the sweat? Honestly, do I even need to say more? The atmosphere in this place is off the charts. So those are my top 10 spots with the best lighting to have kissing scenes or any other scenes, or just preparing for photo mode in Baldur's Gate 3. And interestingly enough, my top 3 are all in the Underdark, and only one is in Act 3. Yikes. And that's such a shame when it's the act with the sweetest kisses, too. Anyway, if you insist on having a kiss in broad, ugly daylight, I do think this one is okay. Kind of. It has some dappled lighting through the trees and a cool city backdrop that could have been really nice with some color grading or different lighting. This is on top of the Elf Song Tavern, right where you meet Alfira if you're not playing the Dark Urge, of course. So this video is focusing on the places with the best lighting where you are actually able to have kissing and cutscenes. But in the future, if we're able to pause everywhere for photo mode, here are a couple of other honorable mentions. The Astral Plane. It's dark and mysterious and so magical with those purple and blue highlights. The Brain Hive under Moonrise has that green haziness which can be a bit creepy, but has a really cool badass vibe, especially paired with that warm glow as well. The Brain Hive, when you're facing the brain, again the pink glowy light is so gorgeous, and because it's reflected on all surfaces, it's glowing from everywhere, so it lights up their faces so smoothly. The Battleground when you're looking out over Baldur's Gate. I love that warm yet dark glow and that golden hue over the city. And one last honorable mention, where you actually are able to kiss, because I don't think the lighting is actually that special or nice on the characters, but the background is freaking gorgeous. And that is when you're at the verge of the shadows, in Shar's palace in Act 2. So now that you're all ready for photo mode, which lighting is your favorite? That's it. Vanoobie out.